Hey, what's up guys? It's Josh Thomas here from TheBitBlock. Welcome to our Yay and Nay video review for Super Mario Maker on the Wii U. So one of my favorite things about this game, and I think it's one of the things that definitely makes it stand out, is that the interface when creating a level in Super Mario Maker is really fantastic. It's incredibly simple to use, but you can make very complicated levels. It's something anybody can do. And I really love how the interface is just fun to use. You know, grabbing tile pieces and then shaking them to make them something different is a very, very clever way to clean up the interface so that there's not a ton of options, but still give you those options. I'm really, really impressed with how great the interface is. Another really neat thing about Super Mario Maker that I, for some reason, didn't even anticipate is that it's just kind of fun to mess around and explore your options. You'll be amazed at just how often you'll grab some pieces, you'll maybe throw some pipes down or throw some characters down, and discover new things that you can do with them simply because you were just messing around. So the fact that this game really does strongly encourage you to just play is very neat. And I think any stage builder game that encourages you to play is definitely doing something right. Super Mario Maker is surprisingly sociable. I mean, I had no idea that this was an aspect of the game when I originally started playing it. But when you make your level, you can upload it online, and then people can comment on it and give you stars if they liked it. And so it's got this really fun thing where you'll make a level and then you get to present it to a large audience and hear what they have to say about it. And you can even obviously do that as well by checking out other players' levels, leaving comments about what they made. It's weird how this game is a 2D Mario platformer and yet there's this really cool, fun, sociable aspect to it. In a way, it kind of makes you feel like you are a game developer because you're getting some feedback from fans of your level. I really like that about Super Mario Maker. So if you're like me and you grew up with the 2D Super Mario Bros. Games on the NES and the Super Nintendo, it's going to be really cool for you to see the brand new assets that they added to those games that were not originally there. So for example, in the original Super Mario Bros., there were no wigglers or Kameks, for example. But here in Super Mario Maker, you can put them in. So it's neat to see what they would look like and feel like in that classic game. And another thing that I think is really cool is that obviously in Super Mario Maker you can pick between a lot of different art styles, but you can also pick between different themes in those art styles, different settings I guess is a better word. And you can see, for example, ghost houses or airships in the old games where they would not have been before. So a ghost house in Super Mario Bros. 3 that didn't really exist back in the day, but it does now, and it's so cool to see. Now, because this game is all about creating levels and then uploading them online for others to play, that obviously means that you can play everyone else's levels. And so because of that, this is a 2D Mario game where you have an unlimited amount of levels to play. You will never run out of courses. There really is no beating this game. It is an endless amount of content, and I think that is pretty special. Now, of course, not every level that you play is going to be fantastic, but thankfully there are various ways that you can categorize levels when you're searching for them. So if you wanted to see the highest rated levels and just play those, you could. You can also follow people who create levels, so if you wanted to follow me, for example, and see all the levels that I upload, you could do that. So I just really love that this is a 2D Mario game that is going to give you an endless amount of content for years to come. Now there is one new power-up here in Super Mario Maker, and that is the costume mushroom. And using the costume mushroom, Mario can dress up as different characters. Now it doesn't really change the way that things play, but come on, you can play as Isabelle from Animal Crossing, or Donkey Kong, for example. There are, trust me on this, a whole lot of costumes for Mario to wear, and they're just really neat. They really inspire you to create different kinds of levels. For example, I made a Wind Waker themed stage because you could dress up as Link. I also made a Donkey Kong Country themed stage because you can dress up as Donkey Kong. And I think, sure, they look neat, and that's kind of the initial reaction most people will have, but I really think that they will inspire people to make different kinds of levels based on that costume. Now, even though Super Mario Maker is loaded with a lot of tiles and power-ups and characters to put into your levels, let's be honest, there are still a lot more that could be put in here, so I'm kind of hoping that we'll get some free DLC updates in the future. For example, I mentioned my Wind Waker stage just a little bit ago. You'll notice I actually had to use the ice block in order to simulate water, because unfortunately, for some reason, there is no water tile. There's also no lava tile, for example. So, more different types of tiles, more characters. You can't make a slope that you could slide down, which is something that we've seen in 2D Mario games in the past. So, even though there is a lot here, and you can spend hours making levels, I really think we will reach that point where we'll want more. So hopefully in the future, Nintendo will be ready to deliver on that. Now, back when Super Mario Maker was first announced at E3 2014, the game's director did talk about maybe adding in some totally original art styles. And unfortunately, I guess they never got around to doing that, because Super Mario Maker only features art styles from the original Super Mario Bros., Super Mario Bros. 3, Super Mario World, and New Super Mario Bros. U. And that's great, but I do feel like this game does have kind of a very nostalgia feeling, but nothing really particularly new. And I would have loved to see some new art styles in this game that we'd never seen before, so it does have that feeling of, oh, this is totally fresh and new. So, yeah, it's a little disappointing to see that there really is no new art style here. Now, when you're creating your level in Super Mario Maker, you will hear a pretty cool, simple remix of famous Mario music. Unfortunately though, when you play the level, you'll listen to the original track of music that was in that game. And that's cool, that's totally fine, but I gotta be honest, I kinda wish it was maybe the other way around. I want to hear new remixes of old music, and it would be really cool if we had the option to change what music we apply to our level. So, I don't know, again, maybe in the future they could add that as an update. And speaking of updates, this is my final little nay here. I'm a little disappointed there's no way to update your level once you upload it online. And in a way, I guess it's kind of your own fault because you didn't test the level enough, but I can't tell you how many times I would upload a level because I thought I was totally done with it, and people would play it, and maybe they would find something wrong with it, like a little glitch or something that I didn't see, and unfortunately, in order for me to go back and fix that, I would have to delete the level that I uploaded and then re-upload it again, which means that everybody that starred that course or commented it will be completely deleted. So it's a little bit unfortunate that there's no way to just upload a level and then update it if you see fit to do that. Well, what more can I say? I mean, I really like Super Mario Maker. I honestly think that Super Mario Maker is the Wii U's defining Mario game. I'm well aware that New Super Mario Bros. U was a launch title. Later on, we got Super Mario 3D World. But this being the third Mario game, I really think this is what will stand out the most in years to come. When we think back to the Wii U about what Mario game really defined that system, I genuinely believe it's going to be Super Mario Maker. This game really encourages you to be creative and come up with fun ideas, and it's really easy to use. Anybody can make a level. And for all of those reasons, it is an absolute must-buy for the Wii U. I would strongly recommend you check it out. Hey, thanks for watching this video from TheBitBlock. If you want to stay up to date with some of the most original, crazy Nintendo coverage on the internet, be sure to click right here to subscribe.